First and foremost, I want to give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Bahal Wakak Badash, and double honors to the elders and the apostles of great men strong, and peace and blessing to the argument that's pushing his word, in truth and sincerity. And it's your brother Kanaya, Wakak, Shalom. Bear with me, I'm at work, but the Spirit moved me to do this small sit down, going into the times we're in, and getting more scoffers day in and day out. One of the brothers, a great millstone is out there pushing the truth and 100% sincerity, at his best, right? And they not taking heed or, lending an ear to the prophets when the prophets are out there on the highways and byways and making these videos, to turn back to their power, right? So this is Baruch, chapter 2, I'm going to start at verse 30. For I knew that they would not hear me. That's 2/3, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves. Let's talk about the elect and the believers, the 1/3. For 31, and shall know that I am thy Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, their power. For I will give them in heart, which is your mind, and ear to hear, understanding. 32, and they shall praise me in their land. It's like it is to praise me in the land of their captivity, and think upon my name. And what's his name? The Father is Yahweh, and the Son's name is Yahweh Shai. 33, and return from their stiff neck and from their wicked deeds, right? Because you got your brother, a lot of the brothers of great millstone come from all different, forms of walk of life, and whatever they used to do, they threw away and put away that old man. And now we are, and now Yahweh Shema Shai, all right, gave us that Ruach HaKodesh, that Holy Spirit. And he also gave us what? He gave us a heart. He opened up our mind, gave us that mindset to understand and the ear to listen, to humble ourselves down to get these breakdowns and understand these scriptures. For they shall remember the way of their fathers, which is what? We're going getting back into these scriptures. Brothers growing beards. They brothers stop eating pork, shrimps and crabs, and then stop celebrating these old pagan holidays. They did away with the customs of the so-called red Hebrew Edomites, with sin before the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai. All right. But it still has those that will share a few that doesn't want to turn back to the to the power. Yahweh Shema Shai. Right, I'm gonna go Salaki. Psalms, like the Psalms. 75. Right, and once and like I was saying, in that process of remembering ourselves, getting this knowledge and this wisdom, that Holy Spirit from Yahweh Shema Shai. It's a commandment that we goes out and we, freely ye receive, freely ye shall give, right? And it says, this is Psalms chapter 75, verse 5. Lift not up your horn on high, speak not with a stiff neck. You know. So when we goes out there, we can't be, like these other camps. They with they off doctrine. They still speaking, with the word, but they incorporating the word, the so-called world. They still living in that lane where they have not turned away, but they lifting, they lifting up their voice all high, and they speaking with a stiff neck. They're not speaking the truth, right? They're not speaking the truth at all, All right. All right. So the Lord, Yahweh Shai, in that day is gonna prove who the true men of the Lord are in that time. But freely you receive, freely you shall give. All right. This is Book of Jeremiah, chapter 17. And verse 23. But they obeyed not, neither inclined their ear. Don't want to listen. They're not humble themselves to get this understanding, or even taking heed to the scriptures. They just think just the game, having no faith at all, not believing, but made their neck stiff. What they still stuck with the philosophies of the so-called red Hebrew Edomites, that they might not hear nor receive instruction. They don't want to receive, their ancient ways. They don't want to return back to their ancient ways. They our people, so-called, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, they are content with their captivity. They don't want to turn back to the power. That's why it's only a few shall be saved. That's why 2/3 of our people is going to be cut off and die, and 1/3 is going to be a remnant that's going to be saved. All right. But that's how these jakes is today. They don't want to take hearken onto sound doctrine. They rather smooth words instead of humble themselves down and taking heed to these things. Because the Lord is finna start bringing judgment upon, his people, the house of Israel, the house of Jacob. This is Isaiah. (66) and 4. All right, and in the case of that, this is what's about with the Lord is going to put forth, because Yahweh Shem Shai has his hands. Yahweh has his hands in all things. He creates. He heals. He gives peace. He kills, and he brings alive. This is Isaiah 66 and verse 4. I also would choose their delusions. That's the 2/3, and will bring their fears upon them. What is that fear? It's gonna be that fear. They're gonna end up what? They had that fear of starving to death. Some might be having a fear of starving to death, or having a fear of fire or water, or losing a child, or whatever their worst fear is. Yahweh Shem Shai is gonna manifest that. All right. Because when I called, and who's calling? Who is Yahweh Shem Shai speaking through? He's speaking through the prophets. The men of great millstone, Lord willing, the elect. None did answer. They gave, they see us, they listen, they hear us, they walk by and they scoff. They have no answers. They don't want no pure understanding. When I spake, when you speak. When the prophets are speaking, that's Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai speaking. They did not hear. They turned away, shied away. You know, they dwelling in their captivity, and the Negroes, Latinos, and the American Indians, they content. But they did evil before my eyes. And what is that evil? They're sinning. You know, they don't want to know who they are. They don't want to learn. They don't want to learn who the power is or who is the son. They don't call him by his name, or call his son by his name. They still worshiping that whitewash picture of Caesar Borgia, you know, and still dwelling in these church houses. They still celebrating these pagan holidays, Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, birthdays. They still eating bamboo foods, pork, crawfish, shrimp. They have no faith. They're spiritually dead, but they did evil before my eyes, and choose that in which I delighted not. And what is that? They worshiping idols, you know, Jehovah, and cry, you know, how it's like Jehovah and Islam, you know, Buddhism, and all these different pagan religions. That's blasphemy against the Most High, you know. So it's only a few has been awoken. You know, the 1/3 is the ones that remembering themselves in their captivity and turning from their stiff neck and turning back into the power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai and the elect, right? And 2/3 are the ones that's going to be ordained for that nuclear fire and nuclear missiles, right? And at that time, in due time, you know, we very fast approaching, you know, Jacob's trouble, and the implement of the RFID chip, that mark of the beast, and you Jakes out there, you Negroes, Latinos, and American Indians are gonna receive that. You're gonna willingly, openly take that, you know. But to the men of the Lord out there in the 1/3, you know, stay head fast and keep praying to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. And keep strong in this thing, in this faith, amongst me and the men, and the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, until we get up out of here, man. We gotta have faith, you know. We understand with faith alone, you know. And with that, I hope this was edifying. I want to give all praise and honor, glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Yahweh Kakwadash, and double honor to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to the brothers out there pushing the truth and sincerity. Shalom.